We've got the majority of the stucco in. This is block wall with stucco. We have the finished stucco right here before paint, and we have the scratch coat down here. Most likely, we're either gonna have a build out right here or maybe stone attached in these areas. The insulation that they've already installed up here, you can see there's no baffles there to prevent the insulation from blocking ventilation. Check this out over here. You see that right there? Baffles should be installed to allow for proper ventilation. Inside the garage, drywall is about to go up. Electrical panel here. It looks like we got all the proper, nice and secured. We got all the proper fire blocking, orange in color, not white or any other color. Got the orange color there, orange color there. All right, let's keep looking on the outside. Electrical's not connected yet. Plumbing's not connected yet, or the gas. It is plumbo, and it's under pressure test right now. We've got hot and cold, probably for water heater on the exterior. You do have an issue right here. This is not allowed. Romex cannot be touching, or non-metallic cannot be touching concrete directly. You should have a conduit coming outside. So I'll call that out. And of course they want to obviously make sure that this area right here is foamed up. Keep those critters out of your attic. Keep them from chewing on your stuff. Up here, you see all the insulation. There's no baffle there to prevent the insulation from choking off the ventilation. So installed baffles up there. In the back end here, we have some decking, damaged decking right here. You got metal studs. They already put this insulation in, but you got damaged stud there, damaged stud there, damaged stud there. The insulation guy's like, ain't my job. Damaged stud here, there, down here, up here. Man, what is going on in this place? Jeez. I think I figured it out. Don't worry, they're not a sponsor. More evidence. Couple of cases, man. They're having some parties here. Yeah, that explains it. All right, we got fire stop issues right here. You can see there's a gap right there into the attic. You see those holes? That's gonna let oxygen right into that fire. You got the same gaps right here. That's an issue. Stud over here is torn and they never repaired it. Top plate, all that stuff. Very easy to fix right now. Near impossible to find once the drywall goes up. Get your pre-drywall inspection. Looking at the ductwork, here's your supply plenum right here going up into the attic. You got your ductwork strapped nice and high to allow for the insulation. There's the ruler for the installation contractor to see how much they're putting in, but you see how that junction box right there is nice and high above the insulation. When the ductwork is out of the insulation, it's not gonna sweat. They'll actually, if whatever condenses on is gonna dry off. When it's buried in insulation, that's when it sweats and causes a problem. So what they do now is they strap up all the ductwork here as high as they can. It also allows for proper flow. There's no bends that the air is trying to push through, which is going to affect the velocity. Even the jumper ducts right here, jumps right into the attic and comes right over here. So when you close the door and you got all this air pushing in right here, it not only cycles the hot air from up there back to the AC handler, but it creates an even pressure within the room. Jumper ducts. New to, not to construction. They've been around for quite some time, but maybe if you see that and you wonder why there's nothing coming out of it, it can either be disconnected in the attic or it could be a jumper duct. There you have it. Pretty good AC install so far. So here's a view from the inside. Looks like to be, I don't know, maybe guest bedroom, maybe master bedroom. But you got the insulation they're installing. Where is the breathing? These are all exterior wall right here, and there's absolutely no breathing. That's not good. Attic needs to breathe. You need to get the humidity out of there, and it needs to cool off. So when should you get a pre-drywall inspection? Well, ideally before drywall, right? But also other items could be installed that would limit our review. Hence the 5 foil here, which is the actual insulation. It's only got an R value of 4. It's a poured concrete home, so it's pretty solid. But as you can see right here, all the 5 foil has been installed. And so what that means is any outlets that have wires running to them, like these right here, right? When they run laterally, they're gonna cut the furring strip, run the wire through it and then down, and you're supposed to have a nail plate over that furring strip or over that gap to protect the wires from drywall screws. Here's an example right here of what I was just talking about. You can see the 5 foil right here is already peeled back. You have the furring strip right here, the wire going through it, yet where's the protection for it? So that one is missing. This is what I'm talking about. The strike plates are right there and right here. These are proper strike plates. That one right here, it's missing. But I only saw that because it was already peeled back. We have no idea about any other possible strike plate missing. Ideally, you want to get your inspector out there before they cover up anything. They'd started putting up insulation, which obviously the 5 foil causes a problem. The insulation between the studs right here, not so much, but the insulation up in the attic, up here, is problematic because I can't see anything on that side. Trust me, you don't want anything up there. It can cover something up, something important like the straps in the corners over there. All right, so let's talk roof to wall connection. Here you got your trusses, the bottom beam right here. You got your strap coming out. This is your roof to wall connection. There shouldn't be more than a 1/2 inch gap right here. It's wrapping over. It's actually coming out the other side as well, right there, right? Pretty good construction. However, it's almost a guessing game on how they can anticipate where these trusses are gonna go. Of course, somebody comes and marks off the wall, but you see right here, this one is way off the mark. And the wind mitigation, which is the insurance form that the insurance companies are gonna ask for, that we write as well, are asking specifically, is there more than a 1/2 inch gap between the roof to wall connection and that strap? And you tell me what you see there. That's gonna give too much play. Shouldn't be like that. Obviously it needs to be tighter, so they're gonna have to fix it. And this is the time to do it when the house is still pretty much bare bones. So this type of gap is okay right here. You see, that type of gap is less than a 1/2 inch. That one's okay. 1.5 inches, uncalled for. Never thought that 1.5 inches would get you that much trouble, huh? And here we have this truss, non-pressure treated, direct contact with the concrete. Over there, it looks like they tried to sneak a piece of pressure treated, like a shim or something right underneath it, right there. You see that little shim right there? But this over here, nothing. Sitting right on the concrete, this piece as well. And most likely, you think they should be putting an AC unit in a little tiny water closet like this, a little toilet area? I mean, you have the exhaust right there. Why do you need air pumping into there, which is going to bypass that and push out the door, letting everyone else know what you're doing? Why not just keep that there, not have one here? And it's such a small area anyways, it's gonna be cooled down from the rest of the house. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. Quick little video on plumbing strapping. So this is what is traditionally used, and that's used for long runs or if you're going up along a stud. Every so often, every 6-8 feet, depending on what type of pipe you're holding. This right here, this is a stub out, right, for the kitchen sink. This right here is actually the best strap because it makes this flexible pipe as rigid as possible, whereas this one, you see that behind it? This one, very, very stiff. So recommendation is to install these on all the missing ones. You got 4 over in the master bathroom as well that are missing. When you go to turn those off, they're very, very flimsy. You want to make sure they're secured properly. So we place these 2 right here, those 2 right here. That's a proper spot for it. That's fine right there as well. But right here, just being cheap. Don't be cheap. So get your pre-drywall inspection done before drywall, of course, but also before insulation, and you're good to go.